You'll hate me for wanting to dive into your darkest depths. I want love that burns through the silence and heals the broken. I want your pain, your longing, your fierce refusal to pretend. You'll hate me for wanting the love that demands truth, no matter the cost. I want to hold the parts of you you think unlovable. If this touched your soul, don't scroll. Like, comment your favorite quote, and subscribe for more. I want your honesty, even if it means losing you forever. You'll hate me for loving the storm inside you more than the calm. I want love that cuts deeper than fear, fiercer than regret. I want your silence, broken only by the truth we dare speak. You'll hate me for chasing a love that refuses to stay safe. I want the love that haunts every quiet moment and shatters the stillness. I want your wounds kissed and your fears held without flinching. You'll hate me for wanting your broken soul to be seen fully. I want the love that refuses to ignore the pain beneath your smile. I want your darkness shared, not hidden, so we can heal together. You'll hate me for wanting to be the chaos you secretly crave. I want your love raw, fierce, and unfiltered, no masks allowed. I want the parts you think unlovable, because that's where love lives. You'll hate me for wanting your truth spoken in the silence. I want the love that breaks down every wall you built to hide. I want your heartbreak shared and your healing witnessed with no shame. You'll hate me for wanting to love you beyond your fears. I want your soul's deepest wounds touched with fierce, tender love. I want love that burns bright, even if it scars. You'll hate me for wanting what you think you don't deserve. Whole love. I want your silence broken by the truth only love dares whisper. You'll hate me for seeing your cracks as places to plant love. I want to hold your pain until it becomes a fragile strength. I want your broken light to shine fiercely through the darkest nights. You'll hate me for chasing the parts of you you try to forget. I want love that aches so deeply it reshapes your very soul. I want your fears unraveled in my arms, raw and unafraid. You'll hate me for loving your chaos as much as your calm. I want your silent tears to be heard as loud as your laughs. I want the love that sees your shadows and refuses to look away. You'll hate me for wanting what makes your heart tremble with fear. I want your soul's war painted with strokes of fierce compassion. I want your wounds kissed, your broken pieces held like sacred art. You'll hate me for loving your storm when everyone else wants sunshine. I want your truth spoken in whispers that shatter every lie. I want love that wakes you up with fire and fierce tenderness. You'll hate me for wanting to hold your darkness until it softens. I want the love that dares to dance on your deepest scars. I want your heart to break open bleeding love without shame. You'll hate me for chasing the parts of you you hide in shadows. I want to be the home for your restless, broken soul. I want your silence screamed back to life in my embrace. You'll hate me for wanting your messy, imperfect, unfiltered truth. I want your soul's ache to become our shared song of healing. I want love that burns through every layer of fear you wear. You'll hate me for wanting the love that demands your whole self. I want your tears to fall freely, washed in fierce acceptance. I want the love that haunts the spaces where words fail. You'll hate me for loving the parts of you you wish forgotten. I want your shadows held gently with fierce, unyielding love. I want your brokenness to be my fiercest reason to stay. You'll hate me for wanting your truth over comfort and lies. I want love that fights through your storms instead of fleeing. I want your soul's unrest to become our shared fire. You'll hate me for wanting your fear stripped bare, raw and real. I want the love that breaks your heart open again and again. I want your silence to become the loudest confession of love. You'll hate me for wanting the chaos you pretend not to need. I want your wounds to become the bridges that bind us close. I want love that shatters your walls and rebuilds with fierce light. You'll hate me for wanting the parts of you that no one sees. I want your pain, your hope, your desperate, beautiful fight for love. I want your truth held like sacred fire in my hands. You'll hate me for wanting love that demands everything, no less. I want the love that scars and heals with equal ferocity. I want your fears whispered back as fierce, unbreakable promises. You'll hate me for wanting the love that refuses to stay silent. I want your soul's cracks filled with wild, tender light. I want love that haunts you like a sacred, relentless storm. You'll hate me for chasing the love that scares you awake. I want your broken heart to beat fiercely in my hands. My dear, you'll probably hate me once you hear what I truly want from you. Unapologetic honesty. I want your whole truth, even if it shatters the silence between us forever. You think you know my love, but I want the parts you fear to admit. I crave your shadowed fears more than your light. That's where true love hides. The scars you hide are the only map I want to follow. Hate me for asking, but I need your soul, not just your smile. I want to break the walls you built around your heart, even if you fight. You'll despise me when I refuse to settle for anything less than your real self. I don't want the easy love. I want the raw, bleeding kind. I want you so completely that even your silence screams to me. You'll hate me for demanding your brokenness, but I won't run from it. I want the truth in your eyes, even if it burns me alive. I'm not here for the fairy tale. I want the chaos you hide beneath. You'll hate me for loving the parts of you no one else dares touch. I want your fears exposed, even if it means watching you fall apart. I crave the battles, the tears, the moments you wish I'd disappear. You'll hate me for wanting you fully, but I refuse half-truths. I want to peel your masks, even if it leaves you vulnerable and raw. You'll despise me for chasing your darkness, but it's where I found you. I want the love that breaks me, rebuilds me, and haunts me. I want the truth you bury in silence, not the lies you wear proudly. You'll hate me because I see beyond your smiles, to the wounds beneath. I want you stripped of pretenses, naked in your fears and hopes. You'll hate me for wanting the love that cuts deeper than comfort. I want your soul's secrets, even if they burn like fire in my veins. I want to fight for you when you don't want to be fought for. You'll hate me for wanting what terrifies you most, your own truth. I want to be the chaos you secretly crave but deny. I want your heartbreak, your healing, the messy pieces no one else wants. You'll hate me for asking you to love me through your storms. I want the parts you've hidden in the dark, the ones you call broken. I want your silent screams, your quiet tears, love in its rawest form. You'll hate me for wanting the love that doesn't settle for safe. I want your shattered soul, not your polished smile. I want the love that haunts your dreams and wakes your fears. You'll hate me for wanting the parts of you have forgotten. I want the silence between your words, the pain behind your smile. I want the love that tears down walls and rebuilds from ashes. You'll hate me for wanting to know you beyond the surface. I want your truth, even if it breaks us both apart. I want the raw, unfiltered love you're scared to give. You'll hate me for wanting to hold your darkness as much as your light. I want to see the cracks in your armor and love them fiercely. I want your broken promises, your whispered regrets, love with no illusions. You'll hate me for wanting the love that demands every broken piece. I want the love that refuses to ignore your pain or pretend it's not there. I want your fears naked, your heart bleeding, real love, not pretend. You'll hate me for wanting the parts you're afraid to admit exist. I want your silence screamed back at me, your shadows danced with. I want love that haunts the quiet moments and shakes the foundations. You'll hate me for wanting what makes you tremble inside. I want your truth, messy and raw, not polished or safe. I want the love that fights through your storms, not just the calm. You'll hate me for chasing the parts of you you run from. I want your fears, your scars, your deepest wounds loved fiercely. I want the love that breaks you down before it builds you up. You'll hate me for wanting your darkest nights and brightest dawns. I want the silent battles you fight alone, so I can fight beside you. I want love that feels like a wildfire, dangerous, consuming, necessary. You'll hate me for wanting to hold your pain tighter than your smiles. I want your soul's unrest, the chaos beneath your calm. I want love that doesn't flinch from the messiness of your heart. You'll hate me for wanting the parts of you that don't want to be loved. I want your broken whispers, your trembling hopes, your fragile dreams. I want love that haunts and heals, that wounds and rebuilds. You'll hate me for wanting your truth told in raw, bleeding words. I want your silence to scream in my arms, your shadows to dance with mine. I want the love that tears apart the masks and leaves us naked. You'll hate me for wanting the pieces of you hide in shadows. I want your brokenness, your honesty, your love without filters. I want love that doesn't ask for perfect, just real. You'll hate me for wanting your fears unmasked and your heart bared. I want the chaos that makes love impossible to ignore. I want your scars as proof that love was fought for, hard,